Good morning. I'm Will, and this is Dawn, and we're very excited today because for the first time in about a month, we're back on the River Quay Green here at Brisbane. The floodwaters had messed up the lawn, but they've done a lot of hard work, and it's back in beautiful shape, and we're here for our usual karate place. This is our dojo on the river. Let me give you the tour. Sunrise in Brisbane, city views. And we're ready for karate. Here we go. All right, Sunrise Karate on the Green. We're going to do a first class karate. So this will be what you would experience if you were here to learn karate for your first day. Let's go. Just follow along. Feet together. Kisuke and Rei. Eyes closed. Quiet meditation. Mokuso. Mokuso Yame. Meditation over. Shomini. Rei. Sensei ni Rei. Domo arigato gozaimasu, sensei. Otake ni Rei. Out to ready and jumping jacks. 200 of these to get our heart rate up, increase our blood pressure, and get ready for the exercises. The type of karate that we practice is the traditional Shorin-ryu, Shorin-kan style from Okinawa, Japan. This traditional style is characterized by the fast, fluid movement. So we need to be fast and flexible for this style. Jumping jacks are a great way to get the heart rate up and blood pressure up, get the blood flowing so that we're ready for our stretching and the other exercises. That's a good way for conditioning. 200 jumping jacks. How long is it, Dawn? About 3 minutes or so. The technique that we use with karate is to cross our wrists together over our head and hit our fists against our abdomen to get us used to impact training. By talking, I've lost count. Must be about 80, 120. Okay. Another 50. Nearly mid-April here in Brisbane, so just got sunrise, 6:02 a.m. here today. Beautiful time to be here in the park. Beautiful South Bank Park, and in South Brisbane. here on the river. Spectacular place to train. Twenty more. Yummy. And relax. Deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth. And stretch out those calves. And change. How the legs feel today, Don? And foot rotation. Loosen up those ankles. 3 in one direction, 3 in the other direction. Other leg. Good. And relax. All right, down push-ups. Now in karate style, we'll do push-ups on our knuckles. And you'll see I'll cross my right leg over my left leg to increase the tension in my core. Full extension, so make sure that you're down, touch your nose onto the soft grass, and all the way up to lock the elbows. Give me 30. And up and hold. All right, in this plank position, keep the body tense. This is a tremendous exercise, even though we're not moving. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yame. Relax. And on your knees. Now stretch back. Curl up and look at your toes. Stretch. Now stretch forward. Yoga position. Cow stretch. Arch your back down. And look up at the sky. Exhale. Relax. Stretch your back up. Cat position. Exhale. Relax. Down. Look up. Up again. And relax. Seiza means to sit properly. Oh. Arms out. Extend your grip. Stretch. And then compress your hands together. 15 of those. Stretch and compress. That's it. Nice and strong. Work on that grip strength. Loosening up the fingers. And wrist rotation. Rotate your hands one way 3 times, opposite direction 3 times. Really feel those wrists moving. Oh, that's good. Sort of that pain from the carpal tunnel. Good. Flex those. Good. Now, shoulder blades. Push your shoulder blades together at the back. Roll them forward, up, push together, roll them forward, hands up as you like, roll them forward 3 times. Now push them apart, roll them out, opposite direction here, out. Stretch your arm across, pull, 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 relax into it, opposite side. We're taking advantage of the sun coming up on the river for the video. So we're looking a different direction this morning, looking back up at the restaurants here on the green. Or did I do the side stretches? Elbow up, side stretch. So we're usually looking out at the river, but we'd be shooting the video into the rising sun. So we thought we'd switch things up a bit this morning. So it's a little different looking this way, seeing the joggers and the walkers going by. Still thanks to busy place, 6 a.m. Good. Now, neck rotation. Tip your head at the angle. Feel the stretch in your trapezius. Hold. Stretch the other side. Oh, feels great. Palm on your forehead. Push your head forward. Tension on that. Relax. Push back. Rotation. Rotate your chin into your fist. So I'm stressing here. Opposite side. Good. Now, levitate. Easy. Good. Now, hands up over your head, and we're going to raise knee up towards the opposite elbow. I don't want you bending and twisting your back for this exercise. The idea is to strengthen the transverse abdominal muscles here and work on your knee strikes. So starting with our left side, we're going to do 20 on each side. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 20. And relax. Good. Whew. Hands together in front. Keep your balance. And these are going to be deep squats. We'll go for 50 today. Ready? And 49, 50. Yame, relax. Good. Stretch that out. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Oh, that's good work. All right, on your back, we're going to do safe crunches. Demonstrate with Dawn. If you'd lie down this way, Dawn, sideways, so we can see. Well, see from the side, I think is the best angle. Or fall down. Graceful black belt here. All right, so one leg out straight, one knee up, hands tucked into the small of the back to prevent extra flexion in that lower back. This is the idea. We really need to protect that lower back. Now, from this position, he's going to tuck his chin into his chest and then roll up, lifting his shoulder blades off of the ground, keeping his elbows up, and relax back down. Good. So that move is a small movement, but it's really focusing the work on the abdominal muscles. Okay, roll up again, Don, just to show. Notice how he's not using the elbows. Doesn't need to come up quite so far. Come on again. Go for it. Yeah, there you go. Just a nice rhythm. Oh, and we're joined by flocking bin chickens, we call them here in Brisbane. What are they actually called, Don? Ibis. Yes, that's right. The Ibis are going to be the official mascot of the 2032 Brisbane Olympics, I understand.
Premier doesn't think so.
Yes, well, we'll see. That's 15 on that side. Change knees, and off you go. All right, I'll try and catch up. Now, the key thing here, remember not to be using your elbows to be lifting yourself. Do the power lifting all with your abdominal muscles. Try and roll your chin in, and just to the stage where you're lifting your scapula, your shoulder blades up off of the ground. Change legs. Get my side end on. Okay. Now it's not a lot of movement here, but because you're really focusing on the abdominals, it's great exercise and safe for the lower back. Good. And relax. All right, face the front again, Don. Thank you. In the frame. There we go. Now with one leg out, the opposite arm is just going to burst up off of the ground and lift the leg and arm up to 45 degrees. Up we go. So opposite arm to the leg that's out and burst that up. Again, trying to work the abdominals and particularly the transverse abdominals from one side to the other. Really only need to come up to 45 degrees and then relax as you go down. So it's bursting up from the bottom to position and relaxing. Change sides, 15 on a side. And relax. Good. Now, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see more clearly. I'll lift my knees up. What I'm doing at this stage is compressing them down into my abdomen. Compress and hold. And relax. Reach inside. Grab your feet. Pull them up. Pull your knees down. and relax. Next one is the sciatic nerve stretch. And to do this, the sciatic nerve runs outside of your hip, and we need to stretch the leg across. So try and keep your hips down on the grass, not rolling over. Keep your hips down, and we're going to be pulling the knee down to the side, opposite side, and you'll feel it like a burning sensation, stretch in the outside of your hip when you get it in the right position. And hold that for 5 to 10 seconds, feel the burn, and change sides. Leg down, other knee up, straight across. Try and keep the hips down. And feel that burn. Sciatic nerve tends to be a particular problem with a lot of athletes and a lot of people. It has a funny position on the outside of the hip and needs that regular stretching to prevent pain. You often get referred pain, either pain in your leg or pain in your back. Some problems with that sciatic nerve. You're called sciatica. All right, cross leg position. One hand on the opposite knee. Take this hand flat down on the ground. Now I'm going to rotate my shoulders, rotate my head, and I need to keep my eyes level as I do this. I don't want to twist myself into an awkward position. So eyes level, rotate back behind. Exhale, rotate a little further. Hold. Back to front, opposite side, hand on the knee, other hand flat. Keep your head level to the horizon, rotate around. Exhale, a little further. Oh, I feel my back popping, that's good. There it goes, and relax. And back to the front, good. Feet together. Push your knees down. Hold the stretch for a minimum of 5 seconds. Really should be holding stretches if you want to be increasing your flexibility. Really should be holding that for much longer, at least 30 seconds. But traditionally in the class, we do fairly quick stretching, get things stretched out to the minimum, and move on. Next, pull forward. Pull your head down towards your toes. Get that lower back loosened up. And relax. Good. Now, straddle stretch. I'll turn a little bit so you can see how I'm moving. One foot down, the other in a kneeling position, so a 3-point, foot, knee, and foot. Now, you can use your hands for balance, and what you want to do is stretch down and really open up those hips. The groin open. Relax into it. Good. Now, turn this foot over and head down towards your foot. Get your stretch in there. And roll back. This leg straight. Pull your toes up towards your head. Keep that leg straight. Stretch down. And relax. Opposite side. 3-point position on this side. Touch down to keep your balance if you need to. Stretch out those hips. Open up that groin. Relax into it. Turn the foot on the side. Head down. Relax. Roll back. Leg straight. Toes up. And relax. Good. Tate. Stand up. Stretches to the side. One foot out, we're going to put that foot with the toes up. This foot, stretch it out, bend the knee, keep your balance, stretch down, there you go, up, toes up, down, there we go. Oh, that feels good. And other side, back, up, knees up, rock them from the inside to the outside, loosen that up. Now, outside to the inside, like you're checking a kick. We'll get to that later. And relax. Good. Now, if you have to fix your belt or your uniform, turn around to the back, tidy yourself up, and turn back to the front. See, I put my left foot behind and spin around to the front. Feet together, casquet, and nice bow, ray. Start out with our foot position, with our feet together, toes and heels together. This is parallel foot stance, or stance number 1. Stance number 2, turn our toes out so we've got a V and our heels are together. This is our casquet stance. You'll hear me call casquet, and that's to come to attention in this stance with our heels together and our feet out. And this is the stance that we use for our bow. We say Ray as the command, and Ray means respect. We show respect by the little bow in karate. So hands at the sides, not slapping on your legs, just hands at your sides, and a nice bow at the waist, and back up. Hands in front. Stance number 3, natural stance. My feet should be pointed forward and should be at shoulder width apart. Stance number 4, wide natural, my toes pointing out. Stance number 5, point my heels out, bend my knees, so I'm pushing out and pulling in at the same time. That's why it's called divided conflict stance, or in Japanese, naihenchi. Now, make fists, pull your hands back to your sides. Stance number 6, turn your feet out. That's a wide horse stance, like we're horse riding. Stance number 7, straight horse. I thought we decided we weren't going to do straight horse anymore. We did. All right. Stance number 7. Sometimes we'll have stance number 7. This might be called a deprecated or not used stance. Stance number 8, then, stepping forward. Long frontal stance. Back leg is straight. Front leg is bent. I can just see my toes over my knee, and my back is upright. Stance number 9, cat stance. My back leg is bent, and my front leg, my foot is barely touching. So just a tiny bit of weight on that front foot, but essentially all of my weight on my back foot, so my front leg is ready for a front kick. And stepping forward, stance number 10, back stance. In the back stance, one foot is facing forward, one foot is facing straight to the side. My weight is equally distributed on both legs, and it's as if I'm standing on the edges of a box with the corner back behind me. Good. Recover. Stance number 1, parallel foot stance. Stance number 2, casquet stance. Casquet and Ray. Stance number 3, natural. Stance number 4, wide natural. Stance number 5, naihenchi stance. Really push out and pull in at the same time. With years of practice, you'll have that mastered. Fists and arms at your side. We call that the recall position. Stance number 6, wide horse. Stance number 7, straight horse. Stance number 8, stepping forward, long frontal stance. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent, so I can just see my toes over my knee, and my back is upright. Stance number 9 is cat stance. My balance, cat stance. All of my weight on my back leg, just the ball of my foot touching on the front. Heel not too high. It's not a peak stance, nor is my foot, my heel down on the ground. So just a couple maybe 10 centimeters of height on the heel there. Good. Stepping forward into back stance, equal weight, front and back. These toes facing the front, these toes facing the side. Good. And relax. Once more through. Parallel foot stance, stance number 1. Casquet stance, stance number 2. Natural stance, stance number 3. Wide natural, number 4. Naihenchi stance, number 5. Hands at side. Wide horse, stance number 6. Straight horse, stance number 7. Long frontal, stance number 8. Cat stance, stance number 9. And back stance, stance number 10. And relax. Good. Now, let's work on our blocking. In order to protect ourselves from attack, from punches or kicks, we need to learn the 4 basic blocks of karate. So there'd be the high-level block, the low-level block, and 2 middle-level blocks, an inside and an outside block. Starting with the high-level block, fold your arms in front. You're always going to use your left arm when doing the blocking. If in the class, I would normally use my right arm so that I would be as if it was your mirror here, but with the video, you'll be able to follow along and use your left arm as I'm using my left arm. Right. So with the left arm on the inside, when it's folded, the arm goes from this starting position to rising up, covering your face, and just over your head, elbow tucked in, and about a fist from your forehead to your arm. The other arm, like the Naihenchi stance, is going to be in the recall position. So I'm making a fist and pulling my arm right to the side. Good. Now, opposite side, right arm on the inside, fold in front, and rise up over your head. Other arm pull back to the side. Good. Fold and block. Fold and block. Fold, block, fold, block. I'm going to count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and ki. Big karate yell. Ki is what we yell. Let's do the count again, and again on number 10. We'll do the big ki, and this time we'll do it in Japanese. See if you're bilingual in your karate yet. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, ki. Good, and relax. Good, so that's the rising block or the high block. Age, uke, Japanese. The block is used when someone's trying to punch you in the face. Now, next is the low-level block. Using your left arm, make fist, and the hammer part of your fist comes up towards your clavicle, doesn't actually touch, but above your clavicle, and then sweeps down into the front. And you'll see if I show you from the side that it's out at about a 45-degree angle from my body, so not too close and not way up here, but just sweeping down at that 45-degree angle. Good. Other side, hammer part of your fist up to the clavicle, sweeps down, and the other arm pulls back to the side. Good. Up and sweep down, up, sweep down, up, sweep down, up, sweep down. I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, ki. Good. In Japanese. Ich, ne, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, and ju, ki. Good. Relax. So that's the low-level block, and that's if someone's trying to punch you in the stomach or the groin, and you use that block to sweep down and move their attack out of the way. Great. Inside block, left arm goes straight out into the punching position, but now it's going to sweep up onto the inside and do the block. Now, for the next block, back of your fist touching onto your elbow, and now that sweeps up into position here, blocking the punch out of the way, and this arm tucks back into the recall position. Good. So again, back of the fist to the elbow, sweeps up. This one pulls away. Touch and sweep up, touch and block, touch, block, touch, block, touch, block. I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kia, ich, ne, san, chi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, kia. Relax. Great. That's 3 of the 4 blocks. The next one is the outside block. Arm up beside your head. Don't punch yourself in the ear. And push across to the front. You're going to be blocking the punch that's, again, coming at that mid-level, coming at your chest. With this block, you'll notice that my shoulders rotate slightly. In order to be able to do this block properly, I have to rotate my shoulders. The trick is not to over-rotate. With karate, you want to have a minimal amount of movement for your most efficiency, and that's going to prevent you from having to move too far back to be able to get back into position. So from here, other arm comes up. We leave this one out protecting, and this arm comes across the front, blocking and finishing position with my shoulders rotated slightly the other direction. The original blocking arm now has come back to the side in that recall position. Arm up and block, up and block, up and block, up and block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kia, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chi, chi, ku, and ju. Kia. Good. Relax. So those are your 4 basic blocks. Now, for karate punches. Karate has a unusual, unique style of punching. First, when you make your fist, you can fold these fingers down and wrap your thumb on the outside. Now, you can roll your fingers so that they're tucked in when you put your thumb over, or you can point your fingers so that they're down, and the impact then won't roll your fingers into your palm, or if you have nails, the nails won't cut into your palm. So either of those positions is fine. If you get used to doing it this way, it's a little safer protecting these parts of your fingers. We're going to be punching only with the knuckles of the hand and really try and get all of the force onto the first knuckle and a little bit onto the second knuckle. So this, the flat part of the hand, isn't used for punching. It's just the knuckles that we want to strike with. And in the punch, we want to point that knuckle, the primary knuckle, at the target, and that will align this bone in the hand with the large bone in the arm and give you the most strength and protection for any damage to those bones when you're striking. Good. So karate position, make your fists, both arms, back at the sides. Okay, this is the double recall position. Now I really want you to pull this arm back and up. All right, this is the locked and loaded position with the karate punch. We hide it back here beside our body, and we're going to slide the arm out along my body. It's actually touching, and then you can see my fist is upside down, and as I strike, that fist turns over, and again, that knuckle points right into the target. All right, again, from the recall position, slides out along my body, strike, and twist in. Good. Here we go. We're going to be punching at our sternum, our mid-level position. So left arm first, left arm punching 1, slide out, turn over at the end. Good. Other side, punch, comes out, turns over at the end. The other arm tucks back into that recall position. Good. Punch. Now we're doing this in slow motion, obviously, to get the movement. Now we'll do it with a quick snap. And we'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kia, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rock, sit, hach, two, ju, kia. Good. And relax. All right, now 3 levels for the punch. That was the mid-level punch, striking at the sternum or the hara, the center of energy in the opponent. The high-level punch is going to be at the bridge of your nose, whatever height your nose is. You're not punching at the height of my nose, at your own level. And low-level punch will be at the height of your belt. All right, so double recall position, high-level punch, 1. I beg your pardon, I should be doing that on my left side. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, sit, hach, two, chu, hey. Yeah, man. Now, as a teacher up here, it is not my job to be perfect in everything that I do. It's my job to teach. That's my excuse. And double recall position, low level, left side, 1. Punching at the level of your belt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kia, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rock, sit, hachi, ku, chu, kia. Good. Relax. Now, don't be concerned if those movements, particularly the blocking movements, are difficult at first. It takes a lot of coordination for your right side and your left side to be able to do those movements smoothly. And this is why time is of the essence with karate. You really have to put your time in to the practice in order to be able to do the movements properly and to do them fluidly and with the power that they need. Good. Now, part of the essence of karate teaching is practicing the kata. Now, kata are forms that we use for learning how to put the different movements together and for being able to practice our transitions from one movement to the next. So there are 26 kata in our system. From white belt, yellow belt, all the way up to black belt. And today we'll start with Kihon Ippon, which means basic kata number 1. Kihon Ippon has 10 steps in the kata, 5 steps forward, 5 steps back. So let's get you started with that. Step number 1 is made up of 4 individual movements. So we'll break that down into A, B, C, D. So Kihon Ippon, from the natural stance out to ready position with hands in front. Kihon Ippon, move number 1, A, is to open your right foot. So your gait is wide, the toes pointing to the side. B, remember this is all step number 1, is to grab with your left hand. C, step forward with the left foot. And D, middle level punch with your right arm. Now this feels quite awkward because I'm punching with the opposite arm to the leg that's forward. Now a lot of the movement in karate is going to feel awkward because it is deliberately designed to be counterintuitive, so that the opponent that you're attacking isn't going to be able to recognize the movement because it's not the typical way that a fighter would move. Right. So back to the starting position. Natural stance, hands out in front. And 1, open, B, grab, C, step, D, punch. Good. Recover. Again. Step number 1. A, open, B, grab, C, step, D, punch. Great. Let's move on. Steps number 2 through 5 are the same. They are the same as number 1, except they don't have the grab. We start with the opening the foot. So step number 2, A, open the lead foot. So we're in that wide gait. B, rather, step forward, and C, punch with the opposite arm. Good. Now recover. Let's go back to the very beginning. Step number 1, A, open, B, grab, C, step, D, punch. Number 2, A, open, B, step, C, punch. Let's go on. 3, A, open, B, step, C, punch. 4, A, open, B, step, C, punch. 5, A, open, B, step, C, punch. And big ki on that movement. Ki, big karate yell. Good. And relax. Step back. Good. So that's the first half of the very first kata. The tricky part is synchronizing the left and right coordinated movements. And again, because they're counterintuitive on purpose, they're difficult for your mind to be able to process into your body. So relax and just continue and practice the movement, and you'll see that you will be able to do it after several hours of practice. Good, up to ready. And 1, A, open, B, grab, C, step, D, punch. 2, open, A, B, step, C, punch. 3, A, open, B, step, C, punch. 3, A, open, B, step, C, punch. 4, A, open, B, step, C, punch. 5, A, open. Are we on 5 or 4? It's 5. We had A, open, B, step, C, punch, and ki. No, that was number 4. I know because we finished on the other side. Number 5, A, open, B, step, C, punch, and big ki. Good, relax. Terribly confusing when the instructor loses track of the count. We don't normally add the A and B in. That's just for your learning purposes today. So normally the count would go like this. From Kihon Ippon out to ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ki. See, much easier for me to count there. And yame, relax. Good. Again. Kihon Ippon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ki. Good. Last time. Do that first half. Out to ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ki. Good. Now from this position, take a step back with your left leg into the cat stance. Remember, I'm sitting nice and deep on that cat stance, all of my weight on the back leg, and now the arm that was out punching sweeps up in the front into that middle block position. Great. So that was step number 6. Now, step number 7, back into the cat stance again. Touch the back of the fist. That sweeps up. This one pulls away. The rest of the steps are the same. Step 8, back into cat stance, touch, and block. 9, step back, cat stance, touch, block. 10, step back, cat stance, touch, block, and big ki. So ki is on number 5 and number 10. Those are an essential part of the kata. Good. Relax. Out to ready. So that's it. You learned your first kata. 5 steps forward in natural forward stance. 5 steps backward in cat stance. we're doing reverse mid-level punches, stepping forward, and we're doing an inside block in cat stance, stepping backward. Here we go. Out to ready. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And relax. Great. Well done. That's your first kata. Kihon Ippon. Terrific. Now, we do a lot of drills in karate, and the very first drill that we will work on today is Uke Waza Dai Ich, and Uke means blocking. Waza Dai Ich is drill number 1. So this is blocking drill number 1. Now remember, we learned the 4 basic blocks. We're going to use 3 of those in the drill this morning. So it's going to be the high level block, the outside block, and the low level block. That inside block that we just did on the first kata is not used in this drill, so we'll just be focusing on the other 3. All right, so you remember, for the high level block, fold, and that arm rises up in front. Good. And the outside block, arm comes up beside your ear, pushes across the front. Good. And the low level block, arm comes up across, sweeps down, blocks in front. And do remember to try and keep that arm at a 45-degree angle out from your body so that you're blocking the punch before it actually hits you. Good. Now the drill will be done in long frontal stance, and we'll be stepping forward, I beg your pardon, we'll be stepping backward 3 times and then stepping forward 3 times. So with the transition in the long frontal stance, you'll see that my moving leg swings in towards the middle and then back out into position. Because this is a wide stance, it should be roughly as wide as it is deep. So again, if we were standing on a box, this time you would be standing on the corners of the box with the long frontal stance, nice and wide and nice and deep. Try not to bounce up and down. Try and keep your hips at the same level as you move in the transitions. All right. So with Uke Waza Dai Ich, we will start by moving our right leg back into the long frontal position. Again, remember, the back leg is right, front leg is, and the back is. Excellent. So we should just be able to see our knee just be able to see our toes over our knee, and nice and strong in this position. Remember, keep your stance nice and wide. That's the common error that most beginners make, is that you'll be narrow stance as if you're walking on a tightrope, and obviously that's much less balanced than this nice wide position. All right, and as Don showed you, we're going to be blocking with our left arm and doing the high block. With this Uke Waza Dai Ich drill, all of the techniques are using the same arm as the leg that's forward. So this is much more conventional movement than what we were doing in the kata. All right. Now from here, take a step back. Notice how I'm sweeping in, and then the foot goes back out nice and wide. And this second step now is the outside block. Arm comes up and blocks across the front. Notice the discrete movement. So my leg moves first, and only when my back foot is planted, when it's touching the ground, does my block start. All right, we can have my arm up in the initial position, but only once my foot is touching the ground does that block start to move. So I'm not stepping and blocking at the same time. That's essential in order to be able to have enough power in the block to be able to defeat the attack. Good. Step number 2, stepping back. Again, C-stepping, like I was drawing a letter C if I were on the sand. And the second movement is that outside block. Sorry? What's the matter? Are we on number 3? We must be on number 3 because I've got my right leg back. I'm terribly confused this morning, trying to give you too many details and losing my place. And 3. Good. Thanks, Don. Always good to have another black belt keeping me honest. Good. Now, from this position, I've got my right leg back. I'll be stepping forward. Now, this is going to be our attacking. Remember, we do 3 steps backwards blocking. Now we do 3 steps forward punching. So I'm going to C-step forward, long frontal stance again. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent, back is upright, a nice wide stance. And now from this position, once this foot has landed, then I do a high level punch. Here it goes. Number 5, here we go. Number 5, stepping forward, foot lands, and now a middle level punch. And 6, step forward, and a low level punch. Great. And relax. So again, that pattern is 3 steps back, blocking, high level block. Number 2, outside block. Number 3, down block. Then stepping forward, again, long frontal stance. First punch is a high level punch. Second punch is a mid level punch. Third punch is a low level punch. Let's get that right again. Step out to ready and stepping back. 1, high block. 2, outside block. 3, low level block. And stepping forward, 1, number 5, high punch. 2, middle punch. 3, low punch. TI. Good. Now let's put that all together. 1, high block. 2, outside block. 3, low block. 4, high punch. 5, middle punch. 6, low punch. Good. Again, itch. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Hey. Itch. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Hey. Yame. Relax. Great. Now, for those of you that are really paying attention, you would have noticed that those moves can fit together. So we're doing the high level block and the high level punch. Those numbers 1 and 4, mid level punch and outside block at the mid level. Second movements, and the low level punch and low level block as third movements. Now, that's not by coincidence. This is designed as a partner drill. So this is the first time that we actually get to have full contact with our classmates. And when we're doing that, very important aspect of karate is when we face each other, then we acknowledge that the other person's there by that respectful bow. We want to train hard, but train courteously with each other, so respecting each other's abilities and limits. It's very important to treat the junior rank belts with respect and not to overwhelm them. Make sure that you're not hurting anyone. The blocking techniques are deliberately designed to dissuade an attacker from trying to throw another attack. The blocks are actually striking the attacker's arms or legs as they're coming in, so we'll be a little bit gentle with that. Now, I am wearing a heavy watch this morning. Normally there's no jewelry in the karate class, but I've got to be able to keep time for the video. So I will be very mindful not to strike Dawn with the watch. And with having said that, we get the blocking drill in partner mode when we face each other. Again, respectful bow to remind ourselves that there's a real person in front of us. This isn't a punching bag, and we need to be careful and respectful with them. Now, the attacking partner stays standing up in the ready position. The blocking partner will be stepping back into the blocking position. So from out to ready, Don's going to step forward with his right side and punch high level. I will step back and block at the rising block. So ready, and one. That's your left side, mate. Want to try your right side? That's your left arm. Your step was correct. So Kumail, go into Kumail. Left leg back. Left leg back. Step in back into Kumail position.
Left leg back.
Yeah, that's your left leg. Long frontal stance. Yeah, and Kumail. This is the ready for attack position. Excellent. Now I'll step into position so that I'm one stride length away from Don. And now, why have we? That looks better. That's Kumail. There we go. That's better. Right leg. Right leg back. Yeah. Yeah, indeed it is. All right. Here we go. Don's going to step forward and remember again, he's not going to punch until that foot touches the ground. And that's critically important for my timing as well. So we'll do this a little bit slowly here to get started so that we can see. I think that position should be fine. And ready, and 1, 2, outside block and mid-level punch. 3, low-level block and low punch. How are we doing? We've crept off of the screen here. Let's just move back just a little bit so we're in screen. There we go. That's better. Now it's my turn to attack. So I'm going to step forward and do high-level punch. Don will fold and do a high-level block. 1, 2, mid-level. 3, low-level. Good. Now, how'd we do? Not bad. Now we're on the screen. And opposite direction. 1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Good thing you're quick. 1, 2, 3. Now you'll notice that Don and I are standing. Can we see in frame? Yep. Standing just a little bit too far apart for the actual strikes to be able to hit him. So we need for karate accuracy to be literally toe to toe in this long frontal stance to be in the right position. There's no point in training if we're too far away to actually be able to hit the person, because it takes closing the space to be up close and personal in the attack in order for karate to be effective, and that's where we need to be training. Good. So here we go, nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now you can see I would actually hit him if he weren't able to properly block and deflect that punch out of the way. Good. That's much better. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, again. 1, 2, 3. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Hey, and relax. It's about to punch me in the face too. No, that's good. 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 All right, so that's blocking drill number 1, and you can really see the utility in that. Being able to partner up and work back and forth, it improves all sorts of things. It improves your long frontal stance, which is really a marching stance, much more than a fighting stance. It's used in fighting for being able to close distance, and obviously because you're in a little bit of a lower position, strengthens the legs and hips doing that. So the long frontal stance also essential for your balance. Don needs to be in a good strong position when I whack him so that he's not going to go anywhere other than bounce around in the stance. I hit him hard enough to move him. The blocking skill, obviously, when those punches are coming in, to be able to get the blocks in properly, and learning how to throw those punches properly once that second foot is on the ground. In karate, we need to be able to be connected to the ground to throw that punch with power. We want to be able to use our legs, hips, core, as well as the arm. So it's not just an arm punch, but the torque is actually coming through the whole body, being delivered into the opponent. The power concentrated down into the fist. Great. Let's run through everything from the beginning again. We'll start with the stances. So natural stance, I beg your pardon, parallel foot stance to start with. You see my feet. Parallel foot stance. Stance number 1. Stance number 2, Kisuke stance and Kisuke and Rei. Show respect. Stance number 3, natural stance. Stance number 4, wide natural. Stance number 5, Naihenshi stance, bend the knees, hands at the side, push out, pull in, feel connected. Stance number 6, wide horse. Stance number 7, straight horse. Stance number 8, step forward, long frontal stance. Stance number 9, cat stance, foot barely touching, that's right. Stance number 10, step forward and back stance. Great. And recover. Blocking outside, I beg your pardon, high level block, age uke, fold and block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ki, relax. Low level block, left side, up and block down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ki, outside block, arm up, block across front, up and block. 2, 3, actually I'll call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ki, good. Left arm out, inside block, sweep it up, touch and block, touch and block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ki, something must have gone wrong with my count. We're on the opposite side. Oh well. As long as we get the repetition in, that's what matters. Great. All right. First kata, Kihon, Ippon, basic kata number 1, out to ready. And 1, open, grab, step, punch. 2, open, step, punch. 3, open, step, punch. 4, open, step, punch. 5, open, step, punch. Ki, stepping back, cat stance. 6, 7, inside block. 8, 9, and 10. Ki, good. Out to ready. Good. Kata, I beg your pardon, not kata, but waza. Uke waza dai ich, blocking drill number 1. Uke waza dai ich, stepping backwards, long frontal stance, high block. 1, 2, outside block. 3, low level block. 4, stepping forward, high punch. 5, that should be 4. 5, middle level punch. 6, low level punch. And relax. Good. Really muddling my count this morning. Doesn't make it easier for you, that's for sure. Let's run through that again. So we'll just do the counting. Remember, all long frontal stance, stepping back 3 steps, high block, outside block, low block, stepping forward, high punch, middle punch, low punch. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. Good. That's enough for today. We'll leave you with that. That's a good run through the exercises and the first kata and the first drill with karate. You get out of karate what you put into it, so work hard, and thank you for joining us. To finish up the class, just like the beginning of the class, we have our ritual that we use to start it. call to attention, Keske, and that's Keske stance, heels together, toes pointing out, arms at the front, and Rei, nice bow. We start ritual with the Rei to begin and end the class, and then we move on to meditation. So we'll call Mokso, meditate, and close your eyes and try to let the thoughts of the day disappear. Relax your mind. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And Mokso. Mokso Yame, meditation over. 3 bows in karate. The first bow, Shomani Rei, bow to the front. That shows respect to the ancestors and our traditions in karate that have been passed down through the generations to us, and the respect that we show to our system and to our teachers that have passed all of the learning down to us. The second bow is Sensei Rei, and that's to the sensei. Sensei literally translates as born before, so it's a way of showing respect to your elders, and traditionally the teachers in the class would be referred to as sensei. So Sensei Rei, it's a little bow. And during the bow, we say Domo arigato gozaimasu, sensei, which roughly translates to thank you very much for teaching me. Third bow is Otagani Rei, nice bow. And Otagani is to each other, because without each other here in training, it's not true karate. So we have to remember, in the spirit of karate, we need each other for the training. So Otagani Rei, bow to you. And that ends the class. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. See you next time.